Welcome back to the Personal Process Podcast. My name is Parham, and today we're talking about words, thoughts, deeds, and the power of authenticity when these elements match your life. So, this episode is going to be powerful and hopefully efficient. So, thoughts, words, deeds. Why did these things need to align? And where did I even hear this from? Well, you see, in ancient Persia, there was a religion called Zoroastrianism. And this was the main religion of the people back in those times. The pillars of this religion was good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Now, for myself, I've always thought about why that was. And I'm thinking, as a pillar of religion, why are these the traits that the religion decided to embody? Now, with regards to the adjective in front, good, I think that was just more so for a more cooperative society, obviously. But why thoughts, words, and deeds? Why all three being the pillars of this religion? Well, I did some thinking. I did some reflecting in my own life. And you see, when I was growing up, as most people growing up, you tend to lie. And I'm talking, like when I was 10, those kind of things. Or even have a quote unquote white lie, which to my understanding is just a lie that doesn't make a big difference, but avoids a little bit of a hassle, but in of itself is a lie. Obviously, as a child, you don't really understand a lot of what you're doing. And up until the age of, even now, I'm still learning. I do not think I am going to stop learning for a long time. But put it into perspective, that many years ago, wow. I don't blame myself for doing the things that I was doing. Making those small little lies, or maybe I made a bigger lie back in the day. I don't remember at the time. But when you lie, when your thoughts don't match your words, or your words don't match your deeds, you're not congruent. Why is this important? Well, similar to how it was the pillars of this religion, in my own experience, I've noticed that when I have a thought and say something else. For example, if you have a friend and they're doing something that you don't like, when the friend comes and sees you finally, you say something along the lines of, like the friend may come in and say, oh, sorry I'm late, when they're late by 4 hours. Now, this may understandably disturb you and upset you. So, some people say, it's okay. But they actually feel hurt because by them coming in so late, it is communicating that they don't value your time. Now, one-off things happen, and I understand that. But if this is a consistent behavior, that is what's being communicated. And understandably, that may have someone feeling not the best. By saying that something is okay when it is not for you, you're hurting your congruency and you're hurting your character. Figuratively speaking, you are breaking one of your own pillars. Can you still stand straight? Yes. But you have one less pillar. You're wobbling. You're not stable. This is the power of congruency. Now, as I was saying, when I was a child, I did this. I think many people do. And I think a lot of people still, to this day, whatever age they are, do this one thing. But what I've noticed is that when your thoughts, your words, your deeds, in this case, let's say action, line up, you're a very powerful individual. Now, in one of our former episodes from Reese Lloyd, if you're listening to this, Reese, hello, he mentioned a famous Nelson Mandela quote. This quote and I'm going to be paraphrasing it because I'm going from memory from about a year ago. But this quote was essentially saying that when you talk to someone in a language that they know, it goes to their brain to process. It's just one language they know. But when you talk to someone in a language that is their native tongue, the one that they were learning how to speak with, it goes to their heart. Now, this is very interesting because obviously you're going into the brain where it's a lot more processing. Okay, what do I do here? Whether if you're at the heart. In many poems, in many sayings of life, the heart is a very sacred place. It's a very warm place. It's a place that not too many people are invited to. And by just speaking someone in their native tongue, you have that opportunity. Now, what I want to do is kind of compare this quote by Nelson Mandela to the message I'm saying today. This has happened to me in my own life when my thoughts, my words, and my action match. It is literally like I am piercing through someone's body when I speak to them. And this isn't in a graphic way. But what I'm saying is, similar to Nelson Mandela, I bypass these thinking layers. And you can too. When your thoughts, your words, and your deeds match, it hits a person. They feel you. Now, you may think that some lies are okay. You may even say, I don't even remember the last time I lied. I reckon that your body still does. I reckon that you, on a very subconscious level, know that too. And even if you're saying that you can't remember this, your body knows. The power that you've given up is invaluable. It allows you to communicate feelings of trust, communicate comfort, and it makes people want to be beside you. Because when you have these three pillars aligned, people can feel it. I don't know why. I don't know how. Maybe some others who are listening to this show can provide their own examples in life of when they've tried this and maybe share it. Perhaps in the comment section on YouTube, perhaps to a friend. But this one thing is one of the most powerful things that I've learned in my life. And even in times where I would be benefited by lying, I don't. Now, this isn't to say that you should, talk about every single aspect if someone brings up, like, how was work today? Obviously, there's some things that you don't want to bring up if it was a negative day, and you shouldn't need to. But saying it was good when it wasn't a good day, not the best. But you can say something along the lines of, I had a little bit of a tough day, but I got to practice my work ethic, and, because of that, I learned some new things. These small details may seem minute, but it's a compounding effect, similar to interest that you get on your capital gains. Every action you put in is giving you an exponential return. Now, this return can either be positive or it can be negative. It can be an upward slope or it can be a downward slope to decline. The question is, which slope do you want to take with your life? Thank you for joining another episode of the Personal Process Podcast. I hope this episode brought you value. I hope this episode makes you feel powerful in your own being. I hope it brings comfort to those in your future if you choose to partake on this truth and honest journey through life. And if it did, please share your experience either in the comments, to a friend. And if you enjoyed this episode, let a friend or two know. Thank you again. Have a blessed day. Parham out.